Hello, healthcare community, including medical coders, clinical documentation integrity specialists, provider educators, practice managers, hospital administrators, anybody who deals in revenue cycle. I'd like to take a minute and explain why every medical coder and medical provider needs to understand risk adjustment, also known popularly as HCC coding. First, risk adjustment applies to all major payers. That would be Medicare, Medicaid, and commercial insurances. Second, it is required by law. So this is a compliance issue. It's a medico-legal issue. And so, if you were to be pulled over by a policeman for speeding and you say you don't need to know the speed limit, that's not an excuse. So not knowing and not being vigilant, not being aware of the regulatory requirements is not an excuse. And we'll take a look at that in a moment. It is required in payer contracts. So if you go to your provider manual, you will find that this is a contractual obligation to adhere to the principles and the requirements of risk adjustment. And for medical providers, reimbursement resources depend on it. So if you, if you depend on insurance reimbursement for your bottom line, for your revenue, you are negatively impacting that if you are not performing risk adjustment processes appropriately. Consequences and oversight. Okay. You can take a look here at some of the findings on audit. And what you need to understand is your claims data that you submit to carriers is being provided to CMS and HHS and risk-adjusted Medicaid programs. So your data is being scrutinized, and you can see some examples here. A diagnosis code, the middle one, a diagnosis code for malignant neoplasm of the prostate was submitted on an encounter that was for for suture removal and left shoulder bursitis. Okay. And this is not, this is overwhelmingly common. This is not an anomaly. Be aware, especially the Medicare program is under constant budget constraints and stressors. And so the federal government is really, really focusing on monitoring and cleaning up this system. And finally, it is not passing the buck. It is not, oh, that's somebody else's responsibility. There is equal responsibility and accountability, whether you're a physician, a medical provider, whether you are a facility, whether you are a medical coder, whether you are an insurance carrier. There is equal responsibility and accountability. Okay. Again, the umbrella is regulatory compliance, regulatory requirements. And if you are a stakeholder, if you are a participant, if your role touches documentation and coding, you are responsible and accountable for your part in the process. And so that is extremely important. You may download the complete official HCC and risk adjustment resources, a comprehensive reference, and you can see the link in the description. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe. Thank you.